Yes, guys, we're back again for the next episode. Hope
Let's
you guys are well. How are you guys? You ready?
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Listen, we got another one that a teacher has sent to me, and this one is about survival. The best teacher side hustles. Yeah, you know how difficult it is to live as a teacher. You know, we talked about paying conditions, but that was for a previous episode. So we're going to talk about the best teacher side hustles. I want to start it off, guys, because this one is I'm going to talk about a few, but this one's quite a big one, a popular one actually that I find on YouTube, which is called Teachers Pay Teachers, right? Which is basically like, if you're doing resources, you might as well put it up on a website and sell it, right?
Yeah.
If they're your resources and, you know, spent like weeks doing a resource, you might as well try and sell it, whether it be Teachers Pay Teachers or the TAS. You can actually sell your work, guys. You can sell it online and get another bit of an income. What do you reckon?
I like That's that. A good word. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that. As he was talking, I had the stank face. Like,
But hey, with that one, you have to be very careful. You make sure you copyright your work.
The
watermark every single
with a circle.
Because I know someone, worked hard, grafted.
No way.
And then obviously you take your own resources, what you mean, but she didn't have the forward thinking of, putting on TV, or was it?
Yeah,
TPT teachers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Next thing, she's looking for resources, and she clocked. She goes, "Wait, I swear that's my work."
Wow.
And she looked at everything,
siphoned
everything.
Wow.
And then when she called back the teacher, "Oh, I was stressed. I just did the extra money." You know,
What?
like.
That's not
So if you're doing that, you have to make sure.
You make sure you got the C in a circle.
There we go.
Bro, listen, you know what? It doesn't cost much to watermark, you know. And then they put that big
that's
sampled
true.
The X on every single page.
That is true.
Yeah, watermark everything.
It's true, because everything's electronic, so it can be watermarked.
Exactly. And then once you buy the package, you basically you watermark everything. So when they click to view like the PowerPoint or the worksheets or whatever, it's got the sample thing. But once they buy it, they get the original document.
That's true.
Yeah, so once they buy it, they get the original document without the sample. Watermark everything.
Actually, you know what? That stuff is good, because if you don't want to start even for your own resources, like you can just buy stuff and not have to create it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good. Right. I want to touch on probably the biggest teacher side hustle out there, which is tuition.
Come on.
Right?
Bro, he said that like
you said
bro.
that.
like he was dropping the album. You know what I mean?
So tell me, AB, about tuition.
I think tuition is the easiest way. You know what I mean? You can branch out. You don't have to only restrict it to, your subject. You can branch out. But then also
That's
you could
true.
I think once you gain the confidence, you can even start doing tuition on certain hobbies that you're interested in.
Because I know a lot of teachers that tutor, they're not even maths or science teachers, but they tutor maths or science because they're popular subjects to tutor, right?
Yeah.
And certain subjects you can get paid more.
Oh.
So like your core subjects, because schools concentrate so much on core subjects, you can actually paid 1.5 times more in tuition than you can for an option subject.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is also 11 plus.
Oh, that one.
So many parents are like trying to put their children on the 11 plus program.
Yeah.
You know, whether they want to do it or not, that's not my business.
Yeah.
Right. But that 11 plus tuition is very popular now.
Very,
very popular.
Verbal, non-verbal.
Yeah. Everybody wants their child in a grammar school.
Got a lot of them. They're coming. Yeah. I even think you're the one that told me to look into it.
Yeah.
When it's so much.
Yeah,
like,
11 plus.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
big. It's big.
It's huge.
Very big.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to tuition, I think it's massive. It's popular, and I also believe that because it's so expansive, it's not oversaturated.
Yeah.
It's not oversaturated because it's so expansive, because every year it grows. And especially with lockdown and coming out of lockdown, like parents have realized, one, just how hard teaching is.
Very.
Right?
True.
And also they've realized just how much education their child has missed.
That is true, yeah.
So because of that,
they want to catch up.
They're trying to catch up, and they're trying to catch up quickly.
Yeah.
Very quick.
So for you to be like, I'm tutoring.
Yeah.
they're all over that.
But you know what I realized though now with the COVID is that more tutors are going online.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, you know, these platforms, they're literally like saying they're giving you the option of online or in person. And a lot of people are doing online.
It's easier for some subjects and some things you're tutoring in.
Okay.
For example, like I do maths, English, and then also do music tutoring or tuition on the side.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to, you know, do guitar with like little Jimmy, and like his hands position's not properly,
you can't see.
I can't even tell him what to do. I have to give him. But
bro, it's the same with art as well.
Yeah.
Certain colors don't come up like they should come up on a computer screen. Certain hand techniques, the way you hold the brushes, like it's very difficult.
Very.
But I would say for core subjects like maths and English, it's really good.
Very good.
It's easier, and also parents aren't stressed about I got to pick up my child and drop them to tuition.
Actually, they prefer it now.
They prefer it. Yeah. Teachers are like, boy, listen, I can do it after school in my classroom. I can do it at home whilst I'm
in the car.
You know what I mean, bro? Listen, anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Dude, I did a tuition the other week. I was in a park.
Yeah.
I was chilling in the park.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? My kids were in the playground and I was in the park. And I was doing my tuition on my laptop, hotspotted from the phone. Yeah. And it was nice. It was easy. I was doing English. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was doing English for primary school.
That's it.
And it was easy and it was refreshing because I'm literally, you know, to coin the phrase, I'm killing two birds with one stone. My kids are there playing. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Amazing.
I'm only doing an hour of tuition anyway. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're occupied. I'm occupied. You know, my kids are occupied. It's nice. It just fitted so well.
So nice,
I think for teachers, tuition is probably the best and the easiest.
Yeah.
Because it's paid quite well. It's quite fluid, flexible, like it's on your terms, your time. And you can go online or in person.
Yeah.
And now they've got this thing where, you know, you can even grow classes.
Yeah.
And do classes.
Yeah.
And then again, that gives you a good income as well. Exactly. And because we're teachers, we can probably teach any subject because we know how to learn and teach it. You know what I mean?
You can kind of teach yourself.
Yeah, definitely. You teach it exactly.
Definitely.
So I think so resources and tuition, which is massive. So that one is huge.
Yeah.
But what else? What other ways can one earn?
What I would say is if you have a hobby or a talent.
Okay.
Express that talent and hobby because eventually you can make money through that. And then eventually that could one day that might be your bread and butter.
Because coaching and consulting is one of the biggest, I mentioned it, is one of the biggest growing sectors out there.
Yeah.
So you could do like, let's say your instruments and music and coach.
Yeah.
Coach that, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So I agree with that.
I would also say, especially now with the whole social media thing, content. Well, two things, right? One is content. So develop your content, right? Even if it's just like short videos, and get it out there. Initially, you're not making money. Let's be serious.
Yeah,
you're not making money because a lot of people, they'll develop content, they'll do 2 or 3 videos and be like, I only got 3 likes, and then they're out.
Yeah,
right. They're out. You have to be consistent with it, right? And after a while, you'll start making money. You'll start going places, whatever have you. So developing content that is useful, just like you were saying about teachers pay teachers, right? It's the same sort of thing, right? It's the same sort of thing, but you develop your own structure around it. And also, like, one thing that I do, which I think is quite good, is also and computer science people will love this, right? Is developing other people's social media accounts.
Okay.
You know, so
like a manager.
Yeah, like working on their brands.
That's really big.
And it's huge. And what's nice is that you're doing that from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, I'll say to a company like, you know, send me the pictures that you took from the staff party today. Right. And then I'll post it up and I'll go on like InShot and Video Prime and Rare and whatever have you. And I'll start, you know, creating the content for them. I'll send it back to them. They give me a paycheck. I'm done.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm done.
It's true.
You know, or if you're creative, go on Fiverr.
That's right.
Go on Fiverr, you know, like especially graphics.
Yes.
It's huge.
Definitely.
It is huge. Everybody wants to create their own logos, their own websites, their own this, their own that.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Fiverr's like a platform where you can showcase your skills. And what will happen is when you showcase your skills, you can show examples of your work and literally charge an amount for people to, you know, for your services, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Bro, it's like, it's no different to like Etsy. Like if you're creative, you know, like my sister, she makes like porcelain, like animals, like these little things, but they're like like cigarette holders or like phone case stands and things like that, and she makes them out of like clay and stuff, or like porcelain, and she sells them on Etsy. She sells them on Etsy.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And she's an art teacher in you know, an art TA.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? In the school that her daughter works in.
Oh, okay.
So she's nice.
That's it.
What, touching on hobbies, like say for example you like gardening, let's say, right? The things that you could do are this. You could set up an Instagram page. You could start posting pictures, or TikTok even. Start posting pictures of the things that you're doing in the garden.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're creating a community and a following. And then what you could do is then you can start coaching, consulting, giving advice on certain maybe flowers or gardens or so. Start doing landscaping. Like the thing is, it can expand so much through social media.
Yep.
And through platforms like Fiverr, because you can coach and consult on how to landscape the garden. You know, I will come around and I'll draw out. Do you know how much money you can make from just that kind of landscaping?
Gardening is one of those ones where there's a lot of people that are interested in
so everyone's got a hobby, right? Yeah. So use your hobby to create an income stream.
Yeah.
You know? That's all you got to do. But use the times, use now. Website, social media, like, you know, you do your poetry.
Bro, listen, the poetry,
it's
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. And also
workshops.
Like I do workshops, I do mentoring, I do tuition, you know, and I also like some of my content as well is little mental health bits. Like I put one out today on my social media at @poet_RS. That cheeky plug.
There's a little plug there.
The cheeky plug.
Yeah, that's all right.
I put on my social media owning your journey.
Yeah.
You know, and that applies to all of us because we're all on our own path. Do you know what I mean? Like whether you're doing teaching or you're side hustling or, you know, you're doing whatever, you're on your own journey. So own your own journey. You know, love the journey that you're in.
That's right.
Everybody wants to get to the end goal, but it's the footprints that you leave in the sand to the end goal that you're going to be remembered for.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to be remembered for that.
And that's the beauty about using the hobby or something you love to do, because prior to it being something that you're working with, it was something you love to do.
Exactly. Exactly. And now I'm making it into my own career. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing, and it's my journey. You know, and that all comes into the whole developing content. You know, develop your content, get it out there. Do you know?
Because there's a market for everyone.
There's a market for everybody.
And what's nice is you can go and how far you want with this. So let's say you build it. You know, you could use it as a side hustle, or if later let's say you want to change careers, you want to do something else, it could actually be your main thing.
Exactly, yeah.
So you'll have options.
There we go.
You know, but based around something you love to do, the journey is going to be beautiful anyway.
100%.
It's going to be nice and easy. It's not like something where it's mandatory you have to do. You are your own boss at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And the fact that you love it, you won't even feel like it's work.
That's right.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
It
really doesn't.
Yeah.
When I go on stage, I don't feel pressured. Like I feel like I need to deliver a message. And again, it's the same like if when you're doing your side hustles, you're delivering something to someone. When someone buys something off of you, it feels good. It feels amazing because you've upgraded that person's life with your content, with your package, with whatever you're trying to do.
It's an interesting one because not only does it help you financially, which you need, but also helps your own well-being.
Yeah,
it does.
Because when you do something you love and you do it in that way, you're kind of, that's your own time outside of teaching. So you're enjoying that time. So when you come back into teaching, you're enjoying it because you've had that break from it, you know?
Yep.
So actually it's necessary. It's a necessary thing to use your hobby and to do something with it.
It's fundamental.
Yeah.
It's fundamental. Like there's a teacher that I saw I think she's in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Right? And their education system is wildly different to England.
Very.
Wildly different.
Very.
But she does little TikTok videos of how she sets up like her lessons, like lesson planning, whilst dealing with a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay.
So it's kind of like teaching tips for parents that are teachers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's so many teachers.
See, look, there's an angle for everything.
Bro, listen, the way she's holding her 2-year-old, while scrambling eggs for the 5-year-old. Do you know what I mean? whilst telling, and she's telling her 5-year-old, go and get this and this and this and this and this, but she's doing it in a sense of like it's a game. But actually what the 5-year-old is doing is the 5-year-old is getting her resources and putting it on the table ready. So when they're eating breakfast now, good. She's already got her table set up her environment set up, ready to go.
That's sick.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's amazing.
You have to make things work for you.
That's true. And the thing is, things are easier now. Like, using TikTok, using Instagram.
Yeah.
You just have to post and start. I think starting is important.
I think that's the thing. Starting and then networking also. So once you have your little, like you said, you build up your community.
Yeah.
Then you can link with someone else to just just so you can
collaborate
to get a bigger audience.
Yes.
Because that's the thing that really helps us, is that we need more consumers. We need the audience. We need people backing us.
But also, like, it doesn't just have to be the individual. It can be the schools. Like, if you've got a package, that say would fit so well in like PHSC, for example, right? Go to schools and pitch that package to them. Pitch that package to them, and you might have to do it in a sense of like, let me just do a trial run. Yeah. And if you like it, buy it. Right,
that's true.
And what happens is, okay, you're doing it for free to start off with, fine, whatever have you. But if they like the package, sell it to them. And because most schools are in trust now, right? Because most schools are in trust now, everyone's talking. All the head teachers are talking. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they're all talking, bro. Like housewives of this, that. Do you know what I mean? Head teachers of whatever city. Yeah, right? True. So once the package works in one school, it will filter to others. Now you may have to shift a little things around a little bit, because you might have, like, say, 3 primary schools and 3 secondary schools in a trust. So you water it down for for the age ranges or whatever have you. But you've just sold one package to 6 schools in one hit. In one hit. And then you move on to another county or another trust or whatever have you. And before you know it, you're selling your stuff in bulk.
There we go.
You're selling it in bulk, because you're not just selling to one, you're selling to 6 schools at a time.
That's true.
What I'm going to say is charge for the trial as well, innit?
Charge for the trial.
But you can give them discount.
No, but sometimes there has to be a freebie.
Yeah. I know what I mean. Yeah, you have to give them a taste, innit?
But AB's not having it. He's like, I want money now.
It's like,
pay me now.
I'm like, it'll come later.
So I mean, I'm like, give them a free trial. He's like, nah, man, £100.
But for those that don't really want to venture out in terms of outside of school, there's also marking papers that teachers get paid for.
That's it.
I think AQA, Excel,
examiners as well.
Christmas and summertime, moderators.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. So within the teaching field, there are still other ways of making money.
Yep.
Marking papers in the summer, like you got a summer break, you might as well do some kind of marking, right? Why not? And get paid.
That's it.
Or do you know what? Let's even go a little bit more simpler and just say TLRs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, especially if you want to climb in the teaching realm.
That's true.
Trying to get that deputy.
Yeah, management appoint.
Trying to get that head of year.
Coordinator, something.
Yeah, man, something.
Because you can either go pastoral or education, depending on your personality.
Curriculum,
as well. Curriculum director,
either way. You can go through either path, but there's always, mostly in schools, TLRs available. Right, that come up at the end of the year, like, especially when posts are open.
Exactly.
Or if someone
available.
Leaves, if the head of year leaves, that position is open.
If you ask your head teacher, depending on your relationship with them, they can even make a new role.
There could be roles that are needed. Yeah,
exactly.
Needed roles. And sometimes there are.
But this actually links in nicely. If you've developed a package, tell them about it and make them develop a role for you.
Exactly, yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
Sometimes, you can offer, like, your skill. Like, let's say, for me, it would probably be classroom management. If there's a skill you have that that is going to benefit,
exactly.
You could approach schools maybe and say, look, I can do a demo, or I can talk
like
about
CPD or something.
Yeah, like a workshop, CPD, for those trainee teachers that are coming in.
Especially that long twilight.
Yeah. And then package it, package it. So we all have particular skills. Some teachers are like amazing at certain things and others are other things. So like, use your skill within the teaching profession to market yourself and try another way.
Trust me.
So
I would say to you, lot, right, out of all the skills you have, what package would you if you take your skill, what package would you deliver to another school or even to the school you're in now?
Yeah, for me, it's clear. It would be like a classroom management workshop. I mean, I'll keep it simple. So I'll do that. And then what I'll do is give them tips and ideas. And maybe even what I'll do is I'll build it. I'll look and see how they're doing things and then give them ideas on how they can improve what they do. Because the thing is, not everything fits everybody.
Yeah.
So you have to like look at what they do and help them improve on what they do, because it's their own personality.
That's it.
So yeah, it could be workshops. It could be like a school.
You could be the mentor.
Could be a mentor.
You could
that's
be
right.
You could be the behavior mentor.
A mentor within the school.
Yeah, man.
And that's your role. That's your
And
TLR.
That's teachers and students as well.
That's true. That's true.
Do you know
So
what
I believe every teacher has a skill.
Everyone,
that they can use.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of within the school, and I think we touched on a few things outside of the school. Is there anything else you guys kind of want to like add? Because we touched on quite a few things actually. Yeah. We talked about resources. The Etsy one is quite interesting as well.
Etsy is a very good one.
But Etsy is big. But I think Fiverr and Upwork, things like that. If you got another skill, like a graphical thing, or artistic skill, a coaching skill, there's loads of platforms out there that you can actually even tuition platforms out there. So you don't have to try to find your own students.
There's so many agencies.
They'll find you.
They'll find you.
Yeah.
And agencies are out there. But there's hundreds of these websites.
Way too much.
Like too many. But that shows you the demand is massive for tuition. Like massive.
And do you know what I do? It was when you're getting into tuition, you have to really think, who are you actually targeting?
Yeah, it's true.
Are you actually targeting the high able kids that just want a little top up, or are you really trying to work for the kids that don't have understanding, that need
even in that respect, you have to know your market. You have to
tuition for SEN children is of a very high demand right now.
Is it?
Yeah, because a lot more kids are being diagnosed on the spectrum or whatever have you, right? I don't really know the science behind it, so I'm not going to speak too much on that. But a lot of parents are wanting teachers that can teach SEN children.
Okay.
You know, and you know, with that, like, it comes a lot of patience and this, that, and the other. So you even develop your own teaching practice, you know, just by, you know, tutoring, you know, children that are SEN, because you can't just cram them with information.
Yeah,
that's interesting, because there's different, obviously, higher ability, middle, maybe lower ability, and then also other types. There's so many different types of students that, you know, you could sort of look at in terms of tuition as well. So it's not just like one thing fits all kind of thing. It has to be catered.
It has to be. And I'd also say for tuition, like, if you want to stand out amongst others, like, have a specialist. Like, when I first came into teaching, I was actually an LSA, but I was an LSA for a sensory resource base.
Okay.
So I know how to teach children that are visually impaired. I know how to teach children that are hearing impaired. So in essence, like, that's a speciality for me. So I can tutor kids that are hearing impaired and visually impaired. And I've got all the I've still got the resources, because I left at school, I was like, USB, click, click. Like,
exactly, yeah.
That's interesting, though.
So I still have all those resources, right?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, like, it's not to say like it's common, like it's very niche.
Yeah.
But it's there. Do you know what I mean? It's there. So I definitely say, like, try to find a niche within your tuition as well.
Yeah.
That's a good angle. That's very nice. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, because there's so many things. So many
Part
things.
2 coming soon.
You just need to go back and rewind the video and go for it, because there's so many things.
Dude.
But guys, thank you so much again. That was so useful. And I hope you guys enjoyed it at home. Please hit the like, subscribe, smash that notification bell so you can get the next video in your feed. Take care.
Come on.